Welcome to the Rock Your World Naturally show, sharing God's prescription for total health in spirit, soul, and body. I'm your host, Rekishia McMillan, award-winning author, Air Force veteran, and total health coach. I'm passionate about sharing biblical truth, scientific research, and practical lifestyle approaches to help heal your world naturally. Hello, 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 and welcome to all of you who are watching the show today. I'm Rekishia McMillan, also known as the Total Health Coach, where we are helping women to live more vibrantly by restoring their health, recovering their health in body, soul, and spirit. And today I am so elated, so excited to host a very special guest, Cassandra Hill. Cassandra, welcome to the show today.
Thanks so much for the invitation.
Oh, I am so glad that you are available and just to be a part of our community on today. And for those of you that don't know Cassandra Hill, she is a holistic wellness influencer. She is a master life coach, a best-selling author, and a speaker. After overcoming systemic lupus with a regimen, she developed Cassandra Birth Holistic Living Consulting. Her mission is to transform the health of Black women by renewing their body, mind, and soul, utilizing an all-natural approach. So again, welcome to the show, Cassandra.
It's a pleasure.
Wow. So I know that when I came across your information, I just felt a connection. I was like, this sister, this woman, she's a kindred spirit. So I would love to be able to host her on today. And so, Cassandra, you wear a multitude of hats. God has blessed you with many, many gifts. And so, can you share with those who are listening how your journey began or how you actually got to the place that you are at this moment?
You know, I would say number one, trust God. And has it always been just an easy walk? No. There's been times I wanted to pull my hair out. There's been times I just cried and cried. But, you know, trusting God really sustained me, whether it was when I was in corporate America and had a career as a gerontologist. And honestly thought that that would be what I would do until I retired. And then lupus happened and took that away. That was a process for me, going from being a thriving professional, receiving national accolades in my career for the work I had done, to now your whole body shutting down. But honestly, in that shutdown is when I got renewed. That was part of the renewing. So for anyone listening, know that when you fall all the way down, it doesn't matter whether it is physical, emotional, financial, whatever aspect of your life, when you fall completely down, the only way to go is up.
All right.
There's no other choice. And so for me, when I fell all the way down with my health, physically and emotionally, I became fed up. Who wants to be sick, you know? And that led me back to college, studying alternative health. You know, and God, as you mentioned, God blessed me to develop a regimen that put me in remission. And I knew that my healing wasn't just for me. I know I couldn't have went through everything I went through just for me. And so I learned your healing is to empower other women, specifically Black women, towards their healing. And that's what started, at first it was just a thought in my mind, I'm going to start a business. And here we are now, 4 years in. Holistic Living Consulting has been in existence, but it all started from pain. There is a purpose for your pain.
And I really love the fact that you said that, because it was out of your experience, your journey, what you actually went through, that God was able to birth your business. And so, like you said, Cassandra, that there is a purpose in the pain. Just like for women who carry a child for 9 months, there may be some labor pains that you have to go through. But at that appointed time, going through the pushing, going through, some of the difficulties that are associated with pregnancy, but sooner or later, either that child will be birthed. And so your baby, your business was birthed through carrying the pain that you experienced in your life.
Yeah, complete blessing. And that opened the doors for becoming an author, becoming a speaker. That changed the game, man. Even with being an author, one of my books, my devotional, He Restoreth My Soul, Triumph Through Adversity, I guess it's been a little over a month now, won a Book Excellence Award in the spirituality category.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But all of that resulted from lived experience. I know you guys may be thinking, oh wow, what do I have to do? I know I get asked, I want to become an author. I want to be a speaker. How do I, one, educate yourself, best practices, but two, lived experience. It matters. Look at what you've been through and how you could package it, purpose it.
And that's so good, because that lived experience, that, there are only so many things that we can learn in the textbook, that we can learn in the classroom. And I always say this, Cassandra, that life is a classroom. It is a master teacher, that it will teach us things that we can't learn in textbook format. And so packaging your pain, seeing how you can put that in a product to be a blessing to reach other women. And for you, it was writing books. And I believe that you have several books out, Cassandra, that God has blessed you with. And had it not been for your journey, that those books, that which is written on paper, would not have ever come into fruition. And so for those women who are out there listening, how you said that they might want to reflect on how they can package that pain, or how they can use that for a purpose to reach other women, what would you say is like the first step? If there's a woman out there and she's got a story to tell, or she's been through, as we say, hell and high water to hell and back, but she has been through the fire, she's been through the flood, she hasn't gotten burned, but God is bringing her into a particular place to be able to move forward. So what would you say to her, that woman who's at that point of, I need to move forward?
Okay. I would say first, number one, you want to make sure that you're in a healed place. Now, healing is a continual process. However, if you telling your story still makes you cry, still makes you feel sad, keep working on yourself. Because it's not for you. It's not for you to get just support from the people you're called to serve. It's about you serving others. So make sure that you're in a place to where you can actually serve. That would be my first recommendation. Second, I would say learn. Find someone. It doesn't have to be someone in your exact niche. However, find someone who's doing what you want to do and they've been doing it just a little bit longer, and watch. Reach out. I've mentored ladies. So one lady I mentored, she just had been following me on social media for, unbeknownst to me, for quite a while.
Wow.
And just seeing the growth and wanted support in her growth, in her personal and professional development. So don't be scared. Don't be scared. You never know, because she reached out to me. We connected online, had a meeting, went great, and started our mentor-mentee relationship. So don't be afraid to ask.
You hit on a key point, Cassandra. You said that as women, we may need to make sure that we are fully healed from that emotional pain, the hurt, the trauma that we have been through. If the situation still makes us cry, or if we are still in a depressive state regarding what we have been through, what are some of the ways that women can work towards their inner healing? How does she become whole? Like, how does she work towards getting healed?
Yeah. Seek professional help. It's okay to have a life coach, a therapist, someone who can give you some coping mechanisms. Because here's the thing, doing it your way, you'll keep getting the same results. So sometimes it just takes an outside person. I never forget, one day I was having a session with a lady and we were talking, and I asked her a question. And that single question made her realize that she was neglecting herself. Just by the question. Yeah. Because answering it let her know that, like, oh, wow. So sometimes you need that outside person who can be objective to see things about you that you may never pick up on. So I would say seek professional help, whether it's from a life coach or a therapist, but get that professional help. And then also detox. Physical, emotional detox really helps. When I say a physical detox, that means drinking lots of water. You're eating your fruits and veggies during your detox. Most, for the average adult, 5 to 7 days, great for a detox. If you could do 7, wonderful. Yeah. So drinking lots of water, beefing up your fruits and veggies, staying away from the meats, because our mood is affected by the food we eat. Yes. So just giving your body a break from meats and focusing in on those fruits, veggies, staying away from soda, alcohol, doing the herbal teas, lavender, chamomile, black tea, those sort of things. As far as the physical part, the emotional, taking a break from social media. You don't have to use social media every day. I'm sorry to tell you, but you don't. Staying away from television. What you're doing during your detox, you're focusing on you.
Yes.
And what you'll find during that quiet time, God will uncover a few things, and you'll find that you'll have more time to focus on the things that really matter to you.
Yeah. No, I think that when you mentioned that there's got to be a detoxing, and a lot of times detoxing only focuses on the body. You got to get your body clean, you got to eat clean, but it never focuses on the soul cleansing, as you shared, Cassandra. It's very rare you'll find that soul cleansing, as well as that spiritual alignment too. And if we look at the way that God created us, body, soul, spirit, we've got to focus on, as you said, cleansing each component of who we are, because we could detox physically, but if our soul, it's cluttered and clouded with a bunch of just icky things that are going to keep us stagnant, then there's going to be an incongruency in our lives in some way. And so as Cassandra was sharing, that we have to set aside time to detox, because if we think about it, we have maintenance plans for everything else. We have a maintenance plan for our cars. We have maintenance plans for our houses, maintenance plans for everything. But God has only given us one body to live in. Like, this is our temple. Just one. This is it. This is it. No more. This is it. So how we take care of our bodies is important to God, because He knows that if we're not well, if we're not having energy like we need to, we cannot do what we need to do while we're here on this earth.
No, it's not possible, When we look at different people, whether we could go back to one of my sheroes, Madam C.J. Walker, did a lot for women, particularly Black women.
Yes.
Her era, made great strides. And really, honestly, when the movie initially came out about her, and I thought about, watching the movie, made me think, like, wow, she really did die at a young age. And it appears that it was because she just neglected her health. And even fast forward to present day, we see so many quote unquote successful people who neglect their health,
yes,
and ultimately lose their life, or either their health is so deteriorated that they're not able to do the things that they once enjoyed.
Right.
So when you think about your health, it's priceless.
Yes.
Because you could have all the money, have the dream home, the dream whatever, but if you don't have health, you can't enjoy it.
Yeah, and that's so true, because even as you were talking, Cassandra, and I never even thought about, Madam C.J. Walker, about her passing, at such a young age. And I think that, sometimes as women, that is a constant reminder, a constant encouragement that we need in our lives about self-care. And I know that I was reading some information, just taking a look at your website, and you mentioned something about Superwoman. And so I think, talking about the Superwoman complex, what does that look like, Cassandra, and what is your thought about that Superwoman complex?
The Superwoman puts on the cape, and she's just rocking it out, or in her mind she thinks she's rocking it out, because she's holding down a career. She's probably an executive with her company, or she may have her own business, and she's just 6-7 figures in her business. She's taking care of the kids. She has a spouse. maybe even helping with aging parents, doesn't ask for help. Oh no, hey, I can do it on my own. I need help. And so she takes on all of this, and it mounts and it mounts. And with time, eventually, she loses that joy she once had. And before you know it, the people that she loves and cares about are afraid to even talk to her because she's so snappy that she'll chew your head off. Yeah. And it's because she's battling superwoman syndrome. As women, particularly Black women, we need to learn to teach people how to treat us in our personal as well as professional life. Setting those boundaries. It should not be that you're wearing all these hats and don't have some type of support.
Yes.
People are willing to help. It's okay to ask for help. You know, we've seen a spike post-COVID where depression is up, just mental health challenges are on the rise, suicide as well is on the rise. And we never know what's inside a person's mind. But I definitely think a part of it stems from people just feeling alone. We live in a world where there's so many people, however, just due to technology. And then I think even during the pandemic, when we were just closed in, people feeling alone and not getting the support. It's okay. Matter of fact, it's great to ask for support. Be a sister's keeper.
You just hit on so many, good things, Cassandra, that I think are so significant in the conversation as far as setting boundaries. That is a conversation that I have, I think, a lot, even with the women that I work with too, that it's okay to say no when it comes to preserving and protecting your well-being. Because if we are continuing to say yes, we're going to continue to be pulled, Cassandra, as you know, in a million different directions. Like everyone's going to be vying for your attention, whether you're filling the role as a wife, as a mother, on your job, and everything else in between, to the point to where there's not going to be anything left over for you. So we have to be intentional about that self-care and give ourselves permission to say it's okay to not be superwoman. Sometimes we just need to relax and fall back and know that we don't have to do it all.
No, we don't. And I want to encourage the ladies who are listening. Right now, I recently developed a digital course. It's self-paced. And so you have all the time you want and need, but it's called a self-care boot camp for entrepreneurs. I encourage you to take a look at it. You really learn how to set those boundaries, how to make your health and well-being a priority while you're building your business. And because you're a listener of this podcast, if you do decide to purchase, use the code BOSS for 10% off.
I love it. Ladies, you hear that? It is a self-care, soul care boot camp. Use the code word BOSS for 10% off. So where can they go, Cassandra, to access this boot camp?
Sure. If you go to my website, CassandraHill.com, go to my website, CassandraHill.com. There you'll learn more about not only my coaching programs, but also digital courses. And if you just click that link to the digital courses, it'll take you to the digital courses page.
All right. So, all you ladies out there who are entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs, take that course. And I just might take it myself, Cassandra, because, like I said, we all need reminders about ensuring that we are taking care of ourselves. And I think one of the statements actually on your website is that I think the highest form of care is self-care. When we begin to take care of ourselves, because if we are not pouring back in, if we are not giving our body the proper rest, nutrition, everything that it needs, we are not going to be good for anyone else.
No one else. Everyone suffers. I'm not good to me, so then I'm not good to the people I'm called to serve. I'm not good to my loved ones. It's a lose-lose.
Yeah, so even as we're talking about self-care, Cassandra, can you give the ladies a little peek into what are some of your favorite things? What do you do for self-care in your own personal life?
Oh my goodness. Aromatherapy, ladies, if you are not utilizing aromatherapy, you are doing yourself a disservice.
Yes.
I love aromatherapy. I love my essential oils. Some of my favorite essential oils for relaxation purposes: lavender, peppermint, yang yang. Some of my go-tos. You can either apply them topically. However, if you are applying them topically, please consult a professional like myself to make sure you are doing so safely. And so I do apply them topically to my skin sometimes. In a diffuser is great. And then even in your bath. And as I mentioned, consult a professional before you do that. But oh my goodness, it's so in the bath, it's like you're at the spa.
I don't know if you remember years ago, probably dating myself. You remember that commercial where the lady used to be in the tub and it used to be like, Calgon, take me away.
Yes.
Calgon, take me away. And we would just sit there like, wow, she just looks like she's so relaxed. She's so peaceful. So now in our time, we got essential oils to take us away.
Yes. Love it. 1 to 2 drops in the water. I tell you, it's just so serene and peaceful. So that's one of my self-care things I do. I love meditation, prayer. I do that day. I start my day with that just to keep me centered and balanced. Another thing I do for self-care, smoothies. Oh my goodness. I mean, for breakfast, a lot of times smoothies are my go-to. It's quick, it's convenient, and healthy.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Because a smoothie, I could see that glow, that health glow. You could tell when somebody's in that because it's just a glow, about you. And so the smoothies are definitely, again, it's an easy way to incorporate doing something good for your health, for your body, that you can do every single day. And one of the things that you mentioned is that you love to pray or you love to journal, right? I believe that one of your books is also, it's a prayer journal.
Yes, it is.
Can you share a little bit about that?
Sure. Kneeling at the Throne prayer journal. And that specifically was written for women. And what you'll find that's unique about the Kneeling at the Throne prayer journal, yes, there is a space to write your thoughts, your prayers to God, but also you'll see different examples from people in the Bible to where them using prayer, how it just leap, bound, so you could get a chance to, just think about, because sometimes I don't think we think about how prayer literally can change any type of situation.
Absolutely.
Just having that faith, I think, and this thought just entered my mind, a woman who had an issue of blood for, I think it was 11 or 12 years, if my memory is correct. For that long, that woman battled, and she believed. All she had to do was just simply touch the hem of Jesus' garment, and she would be made whole. And guess what? She was.
Yes.
So the Kneeling at the Throne prayer journal was written for the woman who, right now, things may be not good for you, but you can get on the other side of it through prayer. And that prayer journal is going to serve as a record, from I started out at this point, but look at what God has brought me through.
Yes. Yes. So ladies, for those of you that want to write down your thoughts after your prayer time or listening to what God is speaking, I just encourage you to go to Cassandra's website to get a copy of that prayer journal, incorporate it into your own everyday life, because that's a part of self-care. Self-care is the highest form of care that we can offer to ourselves. And what better way to do that than prayer and just seeking God and just really receiving the wisdom and the guidance that we need to live in this everyday life.
Yes. God, one thing that's wonderful about God, just time and time again, whether we think about Job, lost everything, lost all his kids, the people who worked for him, everything gone in just a matter of. But in the end, God restored him so much that what he had before wasn't in comparison to what he had in the end. So if you're a woman right now, you're listening and you're thinking, how can God turn this around? He can. He does it every time.
Yeah.
These stories, even when I look at myself, I think, how can he restore? I'm on the verge of losing my life. How can he restore that?
Yeah.
But today, here I sit and I'm like, wow. Not only did he restore it, it's even better.
Yes.
The career that I had, what I'm doing now, and not saying that I didn't love being a gerontologist. I did, and I still do some things in the senior care industry just because of my heart for seniors. However, right now today, what I'm doing, I know I'm walking in my gift. And it's a difference in walking in your gift and just being talented in an area. So God can turn anything. I don't care what it is, he can turn it around.
Wow, then that is so true. You are a miracle, a living testimony of what God can do, and a picture of health and body and soul and spirit. And so, Cassandra, it has truly been my pleasure hosting you on the show today.
Well, thank you so much for inviting me. When I connected with you, I was like, I love what this sister is doing. Because here's the thing, you guys may be thinking, why would the total health coach invite me to her platform? And I'm also in health wellness. Well, one thing I know for sure, and I'm sure she can testify to this, that Black women particularly are living in dis-ease.
Yes.
There's women I'm called to serve, and there's women she's called to serve. The table is so big that there is no competition.
That's right.
We serve a God that, you know, what's for me is for me, and what's for her is for her. There's no need to compete.
Mm-hmm. And I love that you said that, Cassandra, because like you said, there's so much work to be done. And I think particularly in our community of color with Black women, because we are dying with the highest rates of disease. We are dying with the highest levels of stress in our lives. And so we need more women reaching into our communities to help our sisters up. So it takes a community. As they said, it takes a village. It takes a village to bring us out of the state of dis-ease and into that pathway of health that God truly wants us to live.
Yes, yes. It is. And guess what? We will get there.
Mm-hmm.
We will get there.
Yes.
I'm confident.
Amen.
We will get there. But it definitely takes a community, village, the whole kit caboodle, because as you mentioned, we're dying right now. And I can't wait to see the numbers, the new numbers. But CDC, right before the pandemic, released a study regarding Black women and hypertension, high blood pressure. 42% of Black women live with hypertension.
Wow, Cassandra.
That's a lot.
That's almost half of our population.
That is almost half.
Wow.
Something has to change.
Yes.
We are in an epidemic. Black women, we are in an epidemic. Do not wait. That's like if your house is on fire, I mean, just full-blown inferno, you're not going to get homeowners insurance then. You get it as soon as you buy that house. Matter of fact, even before you buy the house, because they won't sell it to you if you don't have homeowners. But you get it in advance for the what ifs. Yeah. So your body, think about it. Every day you're living, you're aging. So it's not a matter of will you experience aging, you're experiencing it at whatever age you're at. Be proactive about your health. Do not wait. That's one thing. I waited till there was a full-blown inferno. And yes, by the grace of God, I'm healed. But you don't have to do that. Be proactive. Seek support, whether it's from me or the total health coach, but get a plan together to protect your health. Do not wait until you're in a complete state of dis-ease.
Yes. No, thank you so much for sharing that. And it's just a powerful analogy that you've used. And so, ladies, for those of you that are listening, get the support, get the help that you need. Cassandra, if you could just give your website one more time to point the ladies there.
Sure. Connect with me, CassandraRHill.com, CassandraRHill.com. That's my website. There you'll learn more about coaching programs, digital courses, You'll also find the links to our social media, and that way you can get tips on restoring your mind, body, and soul naturally.
Awesome. I love it. And again, it has been my pleasure to host you on the show again. Cassandra, I got to have you back because I want to have some more conversations about the essential oils and some other things. We got to have you back again because it's been a blessing hosting you.
Oh, I love it. I love me some essential oils. I took a course. California State University actually has an aromatherapy course. So, yeah, I love aromatherapy. There's so many ways to use it, whether it's for relaxation, even just for minor aches and pains in your bodies. But I look forward to it.
Yeah, we got to save the date. Well, God bless you, Cassandra, and you enjoy the rest of your day.
And you do the same.
God bless you.
Stay blessed.